Hey guys, Cindy Williams here, travel career coach from careersonvacation.com. How are you on this fine Thursday? So this video is all about the lies that we tell ourselves that hold us back from our potential, that hold us back from becoming whatever it is that we want to become, right? So, so many times I hear and have gone through cycles of this myself in my life, right? I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not thin enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not old enough. Whatever the story is, do you tell yourself those things? And if you do you realize how it is sitting in your consciousness and really creating the world that you're in now, right? So, and you can't blame us, right? We've had years of programming, years of advertisements that tell us who we should be, how we should be, and if we're not, then we're less than or not, going to school and how they compare children to other children and, the bell curve, all that great stuff. We in that competitive environment. So for years and years and years, all of us have grown up in this society that this is this, think this, do this. And that's what creates sometimes that internal dialogue or those stories that we tell ourselves that start to hold us back. So today I wanted to just talk about that because I've had a couple clients recently just really struggling with kind of putting up walls in their own world that are holding them back from getting to the next place. So I want to tell a little story. So back in my 20s, I was going to this event with a friend of mine, and we were meeting other friends, another friend who he was there with his girlfriend. And we came in the room, we're like, hey, how's everyone doing? Da, da, da. And he said, you know what, Cindy, I just love when you come to an event because you just light up the room. You're luminous. And I was like, wow, like that's a big compliment. There was nothing like chemistry wise with me and this individual. Of course, I got a kind of a weird look from his girlfriend, of course, but he saw my light before I saw it, right? He saw my light before I saw it. I can always see the light in other people, and I bet you do too. You say, oh, she's great, he's great. We can always see it. We can see it in our children, we can see it in other people, but sometimes we can't see it in ourselves. So, having that realization that, wow, this is how someone sees me, and understanding that you have to see your own light. You have to connect with that spark in order for you to kind of break free of this thinking and these constructs that you've created in your mind. And in our industry, if you're a travel agent, you're a work from home travel agent, you're work from home, or even if you're considering getting into the industry, we're kind of on an island. Well, sometimes physically we're literally on an island, but in our industry, because so many of us work from home, you don't have a lot of people around you. So what you're saying to yourself and the stories that you're telling yourself, those are the things that kind of exist in your environment. So it's really easy to get into a funk or to get into a spot where you can't get out of. Like, oh, my sales weren't good this month. Is this declining? Is this going to work? Is this going to blah, blah, blah? Your brain can be work against you. So what I want to invite you to do is to start to see your spark, to see your light. It doesn't matter, especially in this industry, it doesn't matter what size you are, what race you are, what religion you are, how old you are. None of that matters. None of it matters. You can be successful if you choose to be successful, right? But it's the stories that kind of bring us back and keep us from getting in connection with our spark. In fact, when you make the decision to settle for just good enough or settle for just being okay, you extinguish your spark. You put it off, you push it off. And guess what? You know when you're not living up to your potential. You know. You already know. Or if you've been thinking about getting in travel and you're like, oh, I want to do this, but I just don't know what to do or how to do it. You know the passion is there, but you're choosing to look away because good enough is good enough. So when you turn away from your spark in that way, it starts to diminish, right? But when you start to acknowledge your spark and you start to lean in a little bit, that's when the magic starts to happen. You start to say, you know, maybe I am smart enough. Maybe I am young enough. Maybe I am, you know. So not just maybe, but yes, you start to lean in. That's when the magic happens. And then when you start to foster your spark, when you start to fan your flame, that's when miracles happen. When you lean all the way in and you take all the limits off and you start to tell yourself a new story and a new narrative about who you are and who you're going to be and the type of company you're going to run, that's when the miracles start to happen in your life. And that's with everything, not just with your business. So I ask you to think about, what does your daily inner dialogue sound like? Does it sound like what we were talking about earlier? I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not whatever the construct is. Would you say those things to your child? Would you say those things to your best friend? Probably not. So why the hell are you saying them to yourself? So the first step is just recognizing the dialogue that's going on in your mind so you can change it. So 3 quick steps. How do I get out of this? How do I change it? How do I get to that next level? Number 1, change your vibration. You have to do something in your life to get your vibration change, whether that's for some people it's listening to music, for some people it's exercising, for some people it's taking a quick weekend trip. Just get out of your own head, you know, and change that vibration, change a pattern so you can, you know, you have to physically change the energy in your body. That's the first thing in order for that to have that kind of opening to change the rest. The second is tune in and acknowledge the dialogue. But then the next step is to start to change the dialogue. What's your new story going to be? I want you to think about, what is the greatest expression that you can visualize for yourself? Your greatest life you can possibly have. The greatest expression that you can live in this lifetime. I want you to start resonating, start thinking, start meditating on, what is that? What does that mean? And then when you do these things, you change your vibration, you change your dialogue, and you start getting in a place where you see yourself as that new person. You see yourself with a successful business. You see yourself traveling the world and having all the abundance you need. Your vibration has to come up to match that, has to show up in your reality. But if you keep telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not young enough, I'm not whatever enough, that's what gets you, it draws you back. It's pulling you back from your potential, from your spark. So pattern interrupt. Tune in, change the dialogue, tell your new story, figure out what that is. You know, what I always say is, like, my job is just holding up a mirror for people. Like, holding up a mirror. I see your spark and I hold up a mirror so you can see it. So if you're working solo, you don't have a coach or whatever, you don't have that added, you know, piece in your life, you have to do it for yourself. So hold up the mirror, you know, see what your spark is, hold on to that, figure out what that's going to be. You are beautiful, you are capable, you are a rock star, you're unique, you're glorious, you're amazing, you're creative, you're luminous. If you have no one to tell you that today, I want to tell you that. So whether you're a travel person, whether you're however you found this video, I want you to know that. Sit with those things. Everyone has a spark. Everyone was created to be their best reflection, best expression of themselves. So what are you doing about it? You have to take these steps to make a change if you're not happy where you're at today. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I just wanted to jump on. I know it's easy to get into a funk and get negative, but as we head into the weekend, think about this. How can you change your vibration? Can you fan your spark? How can you get to that next place? Because I want everyone to have the most love, most abundance in this industry, and be in a great place with how you are thriving and becoming, and just your inner luminary. Like, I want everyone to be as luminous as possible. So I hope this video was helpful. Click a CTR down below just so we know that you guys are enjoying the videos, and we'll make more of them. And then connect with us on YouTube, Instagram, all that great stuff. We have videos that go on all the time. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Heather. Thanks for tuning in today. I love you guys, both clients. Yay. All right. You guys have a great weekend. Take care.